Hello and welcome to Andromeda Tarot. As always, my name is Andrea. Welcome back if you are coming back. Today I felt called to do a reading, and I'm sorry it's been a little bit since I've done a reading, about a week I want to say. And I was going to do this reading earlier, but I've been channeling a lot of energy. Either somebody in my collective or someone connected to somebody in my collective. But this energy has been exhausting, I want to say. It's an energy of anxiety, an energy of procrastination. I've been hearing those words in this download, and I'm hearing that this anxiety and procrastination is involving some sort of movement that needs to be made, whether it's basically regarding the future. Either the collective or somebody on the collective's mind, it knows that they need to do something. Some sort of movement needs to be made, and I'm hearing fear. There is a fear about this movement that needs to be made. And so this is what I'm picking up on, the anxiety, the fear, the procrastination, like a heavy feeling in my chest. And so much so that, let's see what time it is. 4:25 in the morning. I just couldn't procrastinate anymore and got to a point where I'm going to go ahead and get this reading over with. And that's kind of terrible to say, but, a lot's been going on in my life, work, life. The weather lately has been a little intense here in San Antonio, Texas. In San Antonio, Texas, we've been getting freezing weather, and that stresses me out a little bit, being a homeowner and trying to make sure that my house is intact, my animals are safe, and then of course I live alone, so that makes it a little more difficult as well, especially if I am working and I'm working long shifts and I'm trying to pick up extra hours, things of that nature. Okay. And so I am going to be using a new deck. I haven't used this deck yet. It's called Tarot of the Siberian Way. And it's a beautiful deck with beautiful cards. It's by Andrew Bolotin. And this deck I felt called to use because of this procrastination energy, because of this anxiety energy, because I have also been feeling anxious and procrastinating using this deck. I have used this deck just messing around with it, and the cardstock on this deck, it's almost like plastic, so I can shuffle it, but when it comes to getting cards, they kind of come out in clumps, okay? And so just beware if I'm struggling during this reading, but I definitely feel like there's a message that I need to get out. At least one person needs to hear this in my collective, okay? And so let's go ahead and get started. The first question I'll be asking is, how is the collective feeling about the person on their mind? I want to know how my collective is feeling right now about the person on their mind. How is my collective feeling? Already struggling. How is my collective feeling about the person on their mind? Ooh. We have the Knight of Cups, and this card kind of came out sideways. And so the Knight of Cups energy, there is a lot of emotions, a lot of feelings involved when it comes to how you're feeling about the person on your mind. This card being sideways, I'm going to go ahead and read this card here. Now, of course, the image on this card, it's a man, looks like he's holding a drink on a boat. So you might like, this type of energy. Somebody you know might look like this person. And I'm feeling like very nervous, like that energy, it's still there. Like my hands are shaking. Okay, so Knight of Cups words are romance, new feelings. General meaning, the opposite card to the Page of Cups. This is a person full of romantic ideals and unrealistic notions of reality. They strive to avoid self-analysis and self-reflection, living in illusions and pink dreams. In general, the Knight of Cups is a card that urges you to be passionate, open, and ready to pursue your emotional desires and aspirations. Straight meaning, the card indicates the appearance of a young man or an energetic emotional state in your life. This person can be romantic, sensitive, and inspiring, bringing new possibilities, passion, and emotional excitement. Important decisions related to emotional relationships or creative projects lie ahead. The reverse meaning, the card points to some problems and challenges in relationships or the emotional sphere. Conflicts, uncertainty, and instability in feelings are possible. A vengeful person may appear. Allow yourself to experience the full range of emotions. And so what I'm hearing with this is, you know, you are feeling very passionate, a lot of emotions for someone, and you are afraid of moving forward, partially I think because of the person that you're going to be approaching, and partially because of some sort of vengeful person that's in your life right now, whether that be friends, a family member, a third party situation. So you are experiencing a lot of fear, a lot of anxiety is what I'm hearing. Okay. Let me get some clarifying cards here with the Love Oracle as far as how my collective is feeling about the person on their mind. How is my collective feeling about the person on their mind? Obsession, infatuation, adoration, addiction. Okay, yeah, so there's definitely a passionate energy, an energy of infatuation, adoration, and addiction. You can't get this person off of your mind. You can't stop thinking about this person. And this is causing this anxiety, and this vengeful person is causing this procrastination is what I'm hearing. How's my collective feeling about the person on their mind? So we have running in reverse. And I usually don't take these cards in reverse, but something told me to go ahead and do that. All right. And so running in reverse, as far as how you're feeling about this person, ghosting, disappearing, invisible in reverse. So what I'm hearing is at one point in time, you were running from this person that's on your mind, and now you've stopped running, is what I'm hearing. Let me get one more card. How is the collective feeling about the person on their mind? Confusion, uncertain, unclear, unsure. And this did come up right. Okay, and so when it comes to making any moves towards this person, you don't know what to do, is what I'm hearing. You're feeling uncertain, unclear, unsure of how to make the next move forward, how to take this leap of faith, how to get out of the situation that you're in and move towards this other person, or if it's even the right time to move towards this other person. Let's see. Now, typically, just something that I'm channeling versus pulling cards, in order to know when it is the right time to move towards this person that you have these passionate feelings for, that you have this obsession, infatuation, adoration, addiction with, that you are feeling confused about how to move towards, what I'm channeling is, and this is just based off of my knowledge of relationships and connections, is if you're feeling uncertain, unsure, or confused, it means that you have wounds to heal within yourself. And before you can be in a relationship, generally before you should be in a relationship with anybody, you need to work on those wounds. You need to work on yourself to where you are in a better place in your life, where you feel better about yourself, where you feel self-love, happiness, confidence in yourself before you can move towards anybody else. Aside if you are currently in a relationship, even that, if you are unhappy in that relationship, of course, the best thing to do would be to end it and to heal yourself, is what I'm hearing. Okay. Let me get another card from the this deck here, the Tarot of the Siberian Way, for how my collective is feeling about the person on their mind. How is my collective feeling about the person on their mind? How is my collective feeling about the person on their mind? Deck is so difficult to shuffle. It's like I can't grip it at all. How is my collective feeling about the person on their mind? The Hermit. This is Virgo energy. And so the Hermit energy means that you are going to be going within and you're going to be working on yourself so that you can get out of this confused energy and make a decision on what you need to do with your life, in love and with this person who you have these feelings for. Okay, let me get some more here. See if I can get a flyer. How is my collective feeling about the person on their mind? How is my collective feeling about the person on their mind? How is my collective feeling? We have Justice and Six of Swords in reverse. Okay. So what I'm hearing is you feel like there needs to be some sort of balance in this connection, some sort of justice. Some sort of equal give and take needs to be taken care of. Maybe an apology is what I'm hearing. And then with the Six of Swords in reverse, let me go ahead and read the Six of Swords in reverse real quick, because that's typically movements. Letting go of the past. Betrayal is what the Six of Swords is in reverse. Failure to escape problems, stagnation. The card warns about excessive competition or overly intense activity that can lead to exhaustion or loss of balance. A more balanced approach to situations and moderation in actions is needed. Embrace your past with gratitude and move forward. Okay, so this is saying that in order to get out of this energy of not being able to let go of the past is to embrace your past with gratitude, to forgive not only other people, but to forgive yourself, and to work on healing yourself, is what I'm hearing. And this is in regards to how you're feeling about the person on your mind. And what I'm hearing is like how you're feeling about moving towards this person. Okay, and then the Justice card. Balance and justice require making responsible decisions based on ethics and fairness and considering the consequences of one's actions. The straight meaning, the card speaks of the need to find or return to balance in your life, making decisions based on objectivity and common sense rather than emotions. Perhaps you are facing a situation where it's necessary to make an important decision and act justly and honestly. Don't believe rumors. Analyze everything without emotions. Prudence in decision-making is your ally, okay? And so when it comes to how you're feeling about this person and how to move forward towards this person, this is basically saying to not go off of your emotions, and perhaps that is going to be needed if you are in a situation right now where there are emotions taking place, where there are hidden feelings, and that could be another reason why it's so hard for you to move towards this person. But the justice part of it is going to be that you need to be honest with yourself, about your actual feelings, about your true feelings about the situation that you're in and the situation that you want to be in, is what I'm hearing with that. Okay. All right, and now I want to see how the person on your mind is feeling about you, my collective. All right, how is the person on my collective's mind feeling about the collective? How is the person on my collective's mind feeling about the collective? How is the person on my collective's mind feeling about the collective? And I bought a little microphone that I tried to connect with the Bluetooth, and for some reason it wasn't cooperating with me. So maybe next time. How is the person on my collective's mind feeling about the collective? We have the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands. Let me read this. What I'm hearing is some sort of peace. Some sort of peacefulness. This person might also like fishing. You both might like fishing. You might know somebody that looks like this. Labor perspectives embodies development, growth, and success, indicating productivity and the possibility of expansion in various areas of life. The efforts of the querent are beginning to yield results. Okay, shows activity, start acting, learn something new, and develop. So what I'm hearing as far as how the person on the collective's mind is feeling about the collective, I feel like they've made peace with this situation. Wherever it goes, whatever happens, whatever's meant to be will be, is what I'm hearing with that. All right, let me get some clarifying cards with the Love Oracle. How's the person on my collective's mind feeling about the collective? Yeah, so similar energy. What's meant to be will be. I have one day, someday, somewhere, another time. That's how this person's feeling about the collective. How's the person on the collective's mind feeling about the collective? We have foundation, established, family, security. And so what I'm hearing is, as far as how the person on the collective's mind is feeling about the collective, this day will come where they can express this love to the collective once the collective is in this type of energy, where they've established a foundation, where they feel secure in their family, is what I'm hearing. Let me get one more clarifying card. How is the person on the collective's mind feeling about the collective? We have intuition. So another what's meant to be will be type of energy. So intuition, heart song, telepathy, inner knowing. So what I'm actually hearing is, regardless of if it is with the collective or not, their intuition is telling them that someday, somewhere, another time, they will find what they're looking for in love, which is a foundation, family, security. Okay. Now I want to see how my collective is feeling about themselves, and I want to use the Animal Spirit Wild Unknown book for that. Scooter, you stink. I hope once I'm done with this reading, this anxiety will go away. Do not like it. Not a fan. How's my collective feeling about themselves? I have the hummingbird. And this is air energy, so Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Hummingbird. Positive, enthusiastic, spiritually resourceful. Now, this card did come out upside down, which makes a little bit more sense to me as far as how the collective is feeling about themselves. However, this is going to be the energy that the collective is going to need to be in order to move forward in their life when it comes to how they're feeling about the person on their mind. Inside the tiny hummingbird resides an endless well of energy and positivity. The hummingbird's secret is that it has learned where to gather nectar, and it returns to these sources daily for nourishment and rejuvenation. This sacred elixir springs from many sources, but usually involves nature, creativity, and exploring spirituality. Follow the way of the hummingbird and you cannot go wrong. Every droplet of life becomes sweet, every moment worth savoring. When in balance, smart, curious, loves to learn. When out of balance, pushy, insistent, and sharp. To bring into balance, take a class. Okay, and so what I'm hearing, in order for you to get into this more positive, enthusiastic, spiritually resourceful type of energy of the hummingbird, that if you aren't taking any sort of classes, that you might need to seek some sort of mentorship if you're not already in some sort of counseling or seeking mentorship somewhere else or in a class, is what I'm hearing. I don't know why this popped into my head, but AA, something like that. I know they do like online classes and things like that as well. But that's what I'm hearing with that. Okay. And now I want to know how the person on the collective's mind is feeling about themselves. I need to get a haircut too. It's stressing me out. Oh, it feels good to laugh. Because this energy, whomever you are that I'm channeling, it's just heavy. It's making me want to cry, to be honest. So you may be crying, you may want to cry, you may need to cry. And I just saw 2255 on the timer. That number could be significant for you. How is the person on the collective's mind feeling about themselves? We have the lizard, and then we have another card that came out, the tarantula. The lizard. Oh, so cute. This is both fire energy that is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. All right, the lizard. Instinctual, sensitive to the subtle, dreamer. The lizard is an expert in the realm of sensory perception. As if it has a sixth sense, the lizard hears what is yet to be spoken and sees what is yet to manifest. And with that, I don't know if you have ever watched the show Dexter, but that kind of does resemble what he talks about in that show with his intuition, where he says his lizard brain. Just wanted to throw that out there. Although this is an amazing gift, it can easily wear the lizard down. Big crowds, lots of travel, or overstimulation will drain a lizard of their magical essence. This card is an indication to pull back from the bright lights in big city and return to the inner artist who's been whispering your name. A song came to mind. I'm hearing a song, In the Dark by Tiesto. Don't know if you've heard that one. When in balance, artistic, telepathic, spiritual. When out of balance, elusive, non-committal, flaky. To bring into balance, a creative project. Okay, and this is how the person on the collective's mind is feeling about themselves. And then we also have the tarantula. So at a crossroad, and I didn't notice that I say tarantula like kind of Southern until I started watching my own readings. And when I watch my readings, the way I say tarantula, it sounds Southern. Anyways, at a crossroad claiming life's purpose, the tarantula represents a moment when a great decision must be made. It involves prioritizing your life's deeper purpose or dharma. A habit or routine from the past is sidetracking you from your dream, yet a voice inside keeps begging you to refocus your attention. In order to find true happiness, you must choose dharma. Until you do, satisfaction will be fleeting. The tarantula hovers, patient and calm, like an old friend that knows your inner soul. It already knows you'll choose wisely. When in balance, follows intuition. When out of balance, hesitates, over-intellectualizes. To bring it to balance, daily journaling, okay? And so as far as how the person on your mind is feeling about themselves, this energy is pretty similar, I would say. Decent energy. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. I thank anybody who has been liking my readings, comments. For those of you who have been subscribing to my YouTube, thank you so much. I've noticed that I am getting a few more subscribers. Anybody who's been watching me on TikTok, following me on TikTok as well, I thank you as well. So if you are new to my readings, welcome. I hope you've enjoyed this reading. And if you have been watching my readings and are a fan, welcome back. And I really do appreciate your support. All right, guys, I love you. I hope you have a beautiful day. I hope whomever is in this energy that is feeling this anxiety, this procrastination, you are going to be in my thoughts. I'm sending you positive vibes. All right. Love you guys.